of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's cool. I think we live, y'all.
I think we are.
Yeah, we are. We have this on this stage here tonight. Yeah.
It sounds like we about to get hyped.
Yeah, we about to get it. It's Freestyle Friday. We gotta get hyped.
The hype man. We finna freestyle a little.
Yeah, boy.
Back in the days. Okay.
Oh, okay. You got one. You need me to beatbox? Is that what?
You know what I mean?
You need me to break out the human beatbox? So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, man. This is definitely Freestyle Friday. So as you waking up and as you logging on, make sure that you tag a friend, tell a friend to join the program. Let me turn that down so you ain't distracted by that. Yeah, and we in the building, baby.
Baby.
Chantrell, what's good? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. All right, so what's good with you?
It's Friday.
What's the good news? Give me the good
Friday.
news.
I woke up this morning.
Okay.
I ain't read about myself in obituary.
You in your right mind?
I'm in the right mind.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I woke up smiling.
Okay.
And I just figured storms don't last always.
That's true.
That's it.
That's true. Trouble don't last on what they say, weeping may endure for a night.
But joy
come in the morning.
Yes.
Now I don't know who said that, but
whoever said it, I agree.
Saith the Lord, right?
Whoever said it, I agree.
Whoever said it, that's right. That speaks to the temporary nature of how a lot of our emotions are and our experiences are. And I guess that's why we talk about emotions. Feelings are not facts.
Right, but they are real.
They are real.
They are real.
Yeah. But they change. You go in and out of them. You have to allow yourself to go in and out of them.
Right.
Don't deny how you feel.
I agree.
Yeah. Good, bad, or indifferent. Because a lot of times
the people like to suck it up.
Yeah. And not feel what they feel.
Right.
No, I ain't mad.
Good? Nah, we good.
We good. I ain't mad at you at all.
We good.
Fuming, nah.
Yeah.
so what's good? I want to congratulate Miss Teresa Jones.
Okay.
So Miss Teresa Jones is retiring after 38 years with the city of St. Petersburg. That's our sound effect, Miss Teresa, if you're listening. But Miss Teresa, I think she was there. I saw an email from her basically announcing it. And she said she started with the city in August of 1977. She left for a little while and then came back, but she did like all kind of stuff with the city. I think we had her on and she talked about it a little bit, but 38 years with the city of St. Pete.
So 1977 she started. I wasn't even thought of.
Yeah, I was a year old in August of 77. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even a twinkle in my mama eye.
So she was in and out. She went, she did a couple tours of duty. I think she retired. When I met Miss Teresa, I think she might have been retiring or either had just retired. And I think she said she retired and stayed retired for maybe like 5 or 6 years. And then Mayor Kreisman reached out to her and wanted her to accept, the leadership role over there at the Veterans and Homeless Affairs, department. And so she's done that for the last few years. And a wealth of information, a lot of resources,
very helpful.
Super volunteer. When we was doing Amendment 4, she would volunteer to make phone calls. She was directly impacted by it with her son. And so she really, just jumped in and worked with us on so many things. She's a huge CDAT supporter. She supports the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. She was a #1 star sender at one point. You know what I'm saying? So
Miss Teresa was on it.
Yeah.
And then Madam President.
Yeah.
Of the NAACP.
Yeah.
You can't forget that role that she played.
Yes. Yeah.
And she has. Yeah. I mean, and she does such a great job.
Yeah, she's amazing. So thank you, Miss Teresa, for all that you do. Thank you for your service. And I'm excited to see what kind of good trouble we're going to get into now that you're not working with the city.
Oh,
because that was one of the things too. She was like, when I ain't with the city no more, I'm gonna be able to say a little bit more.
I can do it.
So we're gonna get in some good trouble with that newfound freedom. It's still Black History Month, and I am Black History.
Me too.
Every day.
All day, every day.
We got the pen. We writing it. Is that me?
I was gonna say, is that me?
Okay, it might have been me.
It might have been me too.
Okay,
so,
guys.
But what we will do, is make sure we get it right.
That's right. So we are Black History, y'all. It's Black History Month, and I know that WUJM 99 Jams. There's some Black History facts that's being put out at certain times during the day.
9, 12. It was a list.
And sometime in the afternoon. Huh?
Yes. So if you're listening,
yeah,
you catch as soon as we go off, they come in.
Okay, so so 9:00. No, we know 9:00.
No, we know 9.
And like 12:05, I think was the other time,
like
and
that.
I can't remember the evening time. And also, we in the 99 Jams Marathon, y'all. So we working towards our goal of $2,000. I think we probably about 300 right now.
We are actually somebody inboxed and asked for the link,
the donation link.
Yes, so okay. I need to make sure I get it, and we need to pin it in the chat.
Okay, got it. Sister Sierra, if you listening, pin that link because that's what she did last. She did that on Wednesday.
Sierra not up yet.
Oh, she ain't up yet. Not yet. She might be at work. I know she was working overnight at one point. So yeah, she was catching us kind of on the ride home.
On the ride. Okay, yeah. So maybe she up. She just not tuned in.
Yeah,
yet.
not yet.
But we know
tag
she's
Sierra.
Come.
We know she there. Joyful everything, beautiful being. The Tampa Bay Collard Green Festival is also this weekend.
Right. It kicks off today at Boyd Hill.
Okay. See, I missed that part.
Yeah, it kicks off today at Boyd Hill, and then Saturday.
Okay.
Because tonight there's actually is it Collard Green Festival After Dark?
See, I missed that whole thing.
Yeah, it is. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Collard Greens After Dark.
Collard Greens After Dark.
Yes.
CGAD, huh?
Yes. And so it's food, joy, history. It's from 6 to 9.
Let me guess. Is it at Urban?
No.
Okay.
It's at the Hammock Hall.
Don't know where that is.
At Boyd Hill, right on 31st.
Okay. Gotcha. Hammock Hall.
Yes.
So pull up.
And yes, so now there is a ticket price for this. So you want to go to Eventbrite and purchase your tickets. Okay. For this one, and it looks like it's $45 for the tickets.
Okay. For Collard Greens After Dark. Huh?
Yeah. No, actually, it looks like it may be. Yeah. It's $45.
Okay. All right. So y'all pull up Collard Greens After Dark, and then while we still talking about tonight. Oh no, that ain't tonight. That's next week. So I wait. I'll wait until I get this collard green thing out. So President's Day weekend, Saturday, February 18th, 2023, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's the Collard Green, the Publix Tampa Bay Collard Green Festival. Mm-hmm. And it says Kaylee Lynn and the Fascinations. Is that the group that's live? Kalia. Okay, Kalia, thank you. Mm-hmm. I went to Pinellas County Public Schools.
That's okay.
So Kalia Lynn and the Fascinations will be live as well. There's fun zone activities, interactive cooking and fitness demos, free collard giveaway, a collard green cook-off, and more. And the location is at the Carter G. Woodson African American History Museum, Domino, Florida. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Tweets, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tagging folks as always. Yeah, so that's if you want more information, you can go to TBCGF, Tampa Bay Collard Green Festival. So that's tbcgf.org. Also on Facebook and Instagram, and you can learn more about the Collard Green Festival.
I'm excited. Are
you cook collard greens? Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there tomorrow, and then we're doing the Deuce's Corner ribbon cutting.
Okay.
And so the Deuce's Corner is actually going to be opening up this weekend, so I'll be there for that. Me and Mayor Welch will be there out there, and just welcome people to Deuce's Corner Park. Yeah, so I'll be there.
I didn't see the benches go up. Did they go up?
No benches. And I guess that's a spot of contention because some want benches and some don't. Because I guess there's like a homeless population that's in the area and they sleep behind some of the buildings, and some of the
it's a
business
homeless
owners,
population wherever you go.
Yeah, I'm just saying. The people who advocated for the Deuce's Corner, specifically Beatrice. When I talked with Beatrice, she said she's not in support of putting benches out there because she didn't want people sleeping on them, and then she didn't want the ones with the thing in the middle that they can't sleep on, just for principle. But yeah, so talk with V.
I mean, we've been talking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Miss B said she ain't with the benches though.
But that's crazy though. Like, how are you supposed to enjoy a pavilion?
BYOC, bring your own chair.
No table.
I think they bring tables as needed.
No, it ain't one out there.
Okay.
And then I know we talked to before. They said that they was gonna put one out there. Then they said, so I don't really know, but I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
And I can.
Well, you got a direct line.
Yeah, I do.
You got a direct line. You can absolutely reach out and organize the folks and tell them, man, look, we want benches and tables. I think that's in the budget somewhere, but that's what I heard. When because I inquired about it, and that's what I got.
I mean, we talked about it when JC Pritchard was here. And I think people were really like, yeah, I think like you get sold on something and then you be like, okay, yeah, that is a good idea when you talk to people individually.
Yeah.
But then when the individuals talk as a group, you realize like, that's really not a good idea.
Okay, and so which one wasn't a good idea? Not putting benches, you're saying, was not a good idea?
Yeah, like
it sounded like a good idea in the groups.
Okay, so let's say this. I pitched stuff to the guys before, right? Yeah. And I done pitched it to y'all separately.
Yeah.
And y'all 100% on board with me.
Individually.
Okay. But then y'all get together and y'all start talking. Y'all be like, yeah, nah.
Okay. Ain't really considered it. This is some different considerations.
Yeah, no. It's easy to sell one person.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and you want to hope that you sell them, that they keep your passion and converse or convey what you're saying to somebody else so that they can convince them as well.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to try and create your salesperson, but
but then sometimes your salesperson get with other people
and it's a whole different
thing.
And
they trying to sell, and then other
I hate
stuff
that when that happens.
But it happens.
I hate it when it happens like that, but it happens like that. So thank y'all for tuning in. Angel, I see you. I don't want to mess that up. Is that Kawaha? K Holmes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Kamiko.
If you say so.
It is. I know her. That's why.
Okay, Kamiko, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Look, I'm trying to recognize you, but I ain't trying to mess up the names. We got to call. It's Freestyle Friday.
Early.
Yeah, Freestyle Friday. Call on in. Let us know what's on your mind.
What's on your mind?
How y'all doing this morning?
Good. You all right?
Yeah, I'm just Qiana. I was trying to see the event with the Collard Green Festival at the one on 31st. Is that sponsored by the same organization, or it's just two separate events?
No, it's sponsored by the same organization.
Okay, so it's just going to be at two different locations at two.
Well, one is tonight, and then you have one tomorrow.
So tomorrow, also for the one on 31st, going to be tonight.
Yes.
Okay. I just woke up and caught the internet call, so I didn't get to hear it.
Okay, yes. Tonight from 6 to 9.
6 to 9, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Thank you for calling in and getting that cleared up. What's your name, caller?
Oh, my name's Jarvis. I was just trying to figure out this collard green mess, because collard green got deep history.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You just can't just be putting collard green out there, because that's a real genetic code. That's deep. A lot of people like to play, when it comes down to, folk, fair, and history, but I go down deeper than the root, because that's embedded with blood, sweat, and tears.
That's right.
Cultivating and farming is two different things. You know what I mean?
Cultivating and farming is two different things. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I agree.
Farming comes with slavery. Okay. Cultivating comes with education.
Right.
And that's something we got to really start focusing on. You know what I mean?
I do.
I know. I sit back and look at a lot of stuff that goes on the Breakfast Club and the surrounding communities with these bridges, what they call the legs of the spider.
Yep.
But without the leverage and hydraulics and all the other things, you will never know how to get across those bridges, without the engineering.
That's right.
To detach those crab legs or those spider legs, you know what I mean? You still need the body.
That's
what I mean? That's what we leaving. We leaving the body. You can go back to 20 years ago when we had the spiritual crisis with all the Muslims and Arabs coming from their islands and their countries, and we got they said it was the purge or the Arab Spring. Okay, we ain't never had it. We ain't have a good spring since then. You know, so we need to really focus on the pork and the jive turkey that they're putting in the collard greens now, because before then we ain't had no meat.
Right.
We just had the water.
Okay.
We ain't had no salt and no pepper, so we couldn't have no racial profile.
So, Brother Jarvis, are you gonna be in the cook-off? Sound like you know a little something, man. They got.
No, I don't cook no more. When I started cooking, everybody didn't want McDonald's no more. They wanted to go to lavish and gourmet. So, I gave all that up. My title and things that I do in life is not accepted in nobody's sight no more. So I stay in my lane and I do what I do.
No doubt.
Right. And I fight my battles.
That's right.
Because I know I was trained to do that by my ancestors.
No, that's right. So thank you again for calling, big bro. I hope you got the clarification that you need, and thank you for dropping them jewels, man.
I did.
All right.
I like y'all energy.
Thank you. We like yours too.
Talk to you soon.
I got great energy for my city.
Love that. Thank you again.
I'm a real
brother.
green devil.
All right.
He said real green devil. Look, it took a minute. Like, so Jarvis, he called in. He was he had to warm up.
Yeah, it sounded like.
And then as he warmed up, then when it clicked, he was on. He was, yeah. So dropping a lot of jewels though. Yeah.
So I got collard greens at my house right now.
Okay. Yeah. See, look, don't take my black card.
You don't eat collard greens?
I don't eat collard greens.
So I don't like mustards.
Okay. I don't really eat no greens. What? They just, I don't know what it is. And I stopped a few years ago. And even when I like just stopped, probably like in 96, 97.
Stop eating greens?
Yeah. And then like before that, I just used to eat them occasionally. Like I never was like a big collard green fan. So
I like collard greens.
Don't take my black card. I can still be black and not eat collard greens.
No, you eat macaroni and cheese?
I do.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. I don't like it. I'm finna send y'all some collard greens to your house.
It's just hard on my stomach. They do something to me.
No, because it's a natural laxative too. So they're supposed.
I don't be needing that all the time.
But I'm just telling you, they're really good for you. Like you keep your insides all clean and stuff.
Okay, well I appreciate it.
You see, Angel Davis agreed. Give us tables and benches.
Okay. Well, there you go. So, like I said,
most of the people do.
It's the voice of the community.
I understand why they said originally not to do it because of the homeless population, but you don't restrict other communities because of the homeless population.
Yeah. That's. I mean, we had that same issue over in Charles Park with the pavilion, and we was looking to get some amenities. And I got acquainted with the term "attractive nuisance," is what they told me, and I was like, "What? That sounds kind of racist." Right. But they said it was an attractive nuisance, basically like it's something nice that's going to draw people that you don't want to be at the place that you are creating.
All right, so then I started.
We pushed back on it and got the pavilion and table.
Okay, I'm gonna say I looked and I rode down Central from 16th Street all the way down.
Okay,
there's benches on like every corner,
right,
in front of every business, right, and so. When you're going into a business and you going out there, you supposed to go shop at the business, patronize the stuff right there, not sit and then stay right there. So if they can get benches to be just on the street, how can a pavilion not?
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm with you when you're right.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you when you're right. Hold on one second here. So you gonna let people know how they can send some stars?
Oh yes. So what I want you to do. My voice changed. I want you to go to the bottom of the page. I want you to share it first. Once you share it, then you comment, tag some friends, tell them it is Freestyle Friday. Wake up, no more sleeping in bed, right? After you do that, there's a little star button. Send us some stars. We totally appreciate it. If you've never sent stars before, Facebook give you your first 200 for free. Send them to us. We appreciate it. Stars are a cent a piece. Like any great deal, the more you buy, the cheaper they are. All right.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Please send it. This is community radio. This is how we get paid, right?
And again, if you'd like to donate to the station directly to the marathon that we on to help us with our goal of $2,000 for this year's annual marathon, you can actually go to 99jamstheberg.com. That's www.99jamstheberg.com.
Yes.
It's Freestyle Friday, y'all. We got a caller on the line.
Freestyle
What's your name?
Friday.
What's on your mind?
Thank you for taking the call. My name is Qiana Darling.
Baby.
And I am happy to touch base with y'all this morning. How are y'all?
Good. Thank you for calling. Talk to me.
So I just want to share with you all in the community conversation that the Pinellas County Democratic Black Caucus will be hosting with school board member Caprice Edmonds on next Monday, the 20th at 4:30 p.m. happening at the Pinellas County Democratic Party headquarters, located at 2250 First Avenue North. And we're hosting this conversation as a support and a resource for those who are concerned about the changing legislation affecting our students in the school system.
No, I got that. Is there any particular piece of legislation that you're going to be focusing on, or is it just like all the madness that's going on with the school system right now?
It's going to be all the madness going on with the schools. We don't want this to be a limited discussion. We want people from community to come in and share any concerns that they have around it and ask questions. So everything is on the table at this community conversation.
And that's on Monday the 20th, you said?
That is on Monday the 20th at 4:30 p.m. and it's a hybrid, so we'll also have it live streamed on the Pinellas County D as in Delta, B as in boy, C as in cat Facebook page live.
Okay. And I saw an announcement yesterday from the Pinellas Democratic Black Caucus. You want to share that with us? Some good news.
Thank you for giving space for that. I'd certainly be remiss if I did not share with you all that we now have a new first vice president, Mr. Jameson Carnegie. And we are so excited to have somebody so young, focused, creative, and ready to get to work on our team. So we have a lot of exciting things coming up with the caucus. We're about to shake things up, y'all. I hope y'all ready.
Let's do that. Yes, yeah. We need some shaking around here.
That's right. Let's shake it up. I'm with y'all.
All right, thank you. We'll post that on the page, and also if you want to share it with the St. Pete community calendar, we'll make sure that we get it on there as well.
All right, sure will. Thank y'all so much. Y'all continue the great work.
Thank you.
Thank you. You do the same.
Man, there's so many good people doing good stuff in our city, man. It's just really amazing.
I'm telling you, February, I mean, honestly, so we talked about like at the beginning of the year, like it was like everything bad that could happen. Remember we had that conversation. Like,
get it out the way.
All the storm? Do we want all the smoke in the beginning of the year, or like somewhere? And all the smoke came at the beginning of the year. It did. It really did. And I think it's still here, but I see it kind of disappearing.
Yeah, it's starting to clear up a little bit.
But it's still foggy out there. It's still foggy out there.
Yeah.
But one thing we did do is start February out swinging.
That's right. And I just love us for our resilience. That's another one of the things, right? Domino, Florida, she said, we love Caprice Edmonds. Thank you for all those in education. Thank you to all those in education are doing. And I agree. We got to support our educators, especially those who are doing it for real. And
Caprice is one of the people who do it for real. Like when I say I'm such a supporter of Caprice, I don't even see I don't even see when she sleeps.
Yeah, because she bought it. Like she at the school, she at the spots, like she really, doing what it takes.
It looked like she cloned somewhere because it'd be like you'd be like, wait, hold on. Boom. But she's really doing it. She really, really does the work. If you have a candidate that you need to get behind, Caprice is one of those people that I highly suggest.
Absolutely.
And I support wholeheartedly.
And as we continue to talk about the community events and things that's coming up, we have the Black Arts and Film Festival is actually going to be kicking off next week. And so that's on Thursday, February 23rd. The Black Art and Film Festival kickoff cocktail social will be at Wayward Walls in the Factory. That's from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then there's a Black Arts and Film Festival Filmmakers and Artists Tour. So if you're a filmmaker or an artist and you're interested in the industry, you can actually find out more about filmmaking and the visual arts community in the Tampa Bay area and the benefits that are available. Also, you can see some hot spots to shoot. There'll be galleries open to artist exhibits, locations in the area that are film friendly and more. You can get that information by going to, I think it's on our page. I saw something that was posted on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club page. So you can get the full schedule for the Black Arts and Film Festival for this year. And good stuff.
Really good stuff. I mean, honestly, I'm so proud to say that I'm from St. Pete and all these people are doing like amazing things. And then St. Pete is so small, you almost know most of the major players. Right. And then I know I've talked to a lot of them and seen them from the beginning.
With that idea.
Right. Yeah. With just an idea.
Yeah. And then it turns from an idea into like, something amazing.
Right. Yeah. And then it's bigger than probably, I mean, in their mind, they probably assume that it'll be this big, but you know how like you start something and it's greater than you even imagine?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with it.
And so,
look, that's why I'm in the seat I'm in right now. I started something and it ended up being greater than I ever imagined.
I mean, honestly, was kind of like a wild horse.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
tell me more about that. Like, say more about that.
Because you was trying to buck it. Like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, I was good.
Yeah, you was good.
We was getting stuff done,
it was
making
like,
it happen.
You like, no, this is where you supposed to be. You're like, no, I don't want it. And then finally,
I found my why. I found a reason to do it. That was the thing. Like, because growing up, I got in trouble just doing stuff that people wanted me to do just because they wanted me to do it. Mm-hmm. And so I had to really have a reason. My wife taught me that. She was like, "What's your reason? What's your why?" You know what I mean? And she always would press me like on, my motivation for things and making sure that it wasn't vain and that it was really thought through and all of that stuff. And so that's what the holdup was. It was just like, I didn't see why I would do it. I was thinking, okay, the relationships that we have, the work that we doing, the connections that we made, like if there was some policy or some budget stuff that we needed to get done, like we understood the process enough, had some relationships where we can talk to people. And, I had a relationship with all of the council members because we went to them on different things. Some of them campaigned, we supported, some of them we opposed, but ended up being friends when they got off, know, so it's just like that kind of stuff. And so we was just really doing the work for real. And then I didn't see a need to or a reason to, open myself up to all of the stuff that come with, public office. But, we plan and God laughs.
This is true. But you found your why.
Yeah,
and it's important to find your why.
Oh, yeah, I got it. And we're ready to roll. Once you find
your why, like once you find your why, then
everything
else falls in place.
Yeah.
As long as you're searching for that why, you're gonna be like,
I just would not, and I wouldn't allow myself to submit to the pressure. Because it was a lot of pressure for a lot of years, man. You ought to do it. Come on, man. We need you. And it's like, okay, I hear you, but
nah,
I ain't really feeling it.
Because sometimes you get comfortable in like the roles that you play.
Yeah, and I was really
like, but comfortability is where dreams die.
Yeah, the comfort zone.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody say that. The comfort zone is where the dreams go to die. So check it out. Another one of the things that happened in this role. So I met with the one of the directors. I think he's on the board for the Friends of Albert Whitted Airport. So it's the Albert Whitted Airport Advisory Committee. And so I met with this guy, nice guy named Walt Driggers. And talking with him about the airport, because so what had happened was the mayor put out a proposal saying that he wanted to hire a group to study what other uses can be done with Albert Whitted. So that's like 120 acres of waterfront property in downtown St. Pete. And so the RFP request was like, let's study what other uses can be done. Not saying he's going to get rid of the airport. Not saying he's not going to do anything with it, but it caused some, uproar from people who use the airport. So I ended up meeting with one of the guys from the airport advisory committee. Actually, two of them, they came to the office. And so, and we were just talking about equity and inclusion because, that's all my conversations. Right. So, and I'll say this, and y'all can help me if I'm saying something wrong. But when we had our conversation, I was letting them know, like growing up in St. Pete, riding in certain parts of the city, there were parts of the city that we knew was not for us.
Right.
Right. And even if we didn't know it wasn't for us, we felt like it wasn't for us. And so when you see those big high rises and you look, you don't think to yourself, I'm going to live there one day. You think, okay, that's for somebody else. That ain't for me. And I was sharing with them that was kind of my experience growing up in the south side of St. Pete. And the airport was a part of that experience as well. Like I never really saw myself like, in a plane taking off over there at the airport. And so during that conversation, we found out that they actually have flight training scholarships that are available at the Albert Whitted Airport. See how that was a long way? So, look, I had a runway before I put that plane in. That was the runway.
Oh, okay.
And then I put the plane in the air. Yeah.
Okay, I see where you're going. No, now we're going. Okay, so they have training.
So the Friends of Albert Whitted Airport is now offering flight training scholarships for area youth ages 16 to 24. These scholarships will help committed young flight students ages 16 to 24 achieve their private pilot rating, which is the first big step in an aviation career. A fundamental goal is to increase participation in aviation by young students from underrepresented groups in St. Petersburg, our kids. To that end, a new flight training scholarships are aimed at primarily at high school students with an emphasis on reaching students who may not have considered aviation as a viable career. So if you want to fly, they got scholarships for 16 to 24 year olds.
That, like, a couple of years ago.
I'm telling you now. I don't know if it was available a couple of years ago. I told you we had a real good conversation, right? Like these are some of the outcomes of these conversations that I'm having, because I'm like, okay, what's in it for us?
Right.
Like, why should we be marching to save the airport? Like, I don't know no black people over there at the airport.
What I don't want to do over there at the air. I don't want to put high rises there.
Yeah.
I
think that's it's a consensus, but that's the idea is to study what could be done, and you got multiple options of what could be done, and I'm all right with that. Just examining and seeing it.
As long as there's no high rises.
Yeah, and then you weigh in and you give, you do the community input thing and feedback. Like, do it for real though, not just checking boxes saying we talked to people when we had a meeting, but like really doing authentic community conversations.
We want to be inclusive, and we talk about that all the time, and we can see where the divide is at, or when it's St. Peter's just changing.
Right, it is, and that's the thing. Like, we gotta control the change. Like, we have to put out, grab the bull by the horns in some of these changes that we're seeing, or it's going to be reactionary, like we always do, right? Like we always, getting on the bus too late, and now ain't no seats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're mad, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So like at this point, just like Albert Witter, we're looking at the gas plant district.
Yep.
All the stuff is right here where we can be involved in this and let our voices really be heard, and not after the fact. And then somebody tell us, well, we did the study.
Right.
We talked to somebody.
We had a community input session, and we had 4 people in there.
Right. And none of them represented us. So we have the time we're at a time right now that we have the opportunity that we can be represented, and we should.
Absolutely. And so with these scholarships, they said there's 2 kind of scholarships that are available for St. Petersburg area residents. One for young people who have demonstrated a strong interest in flight training, but who can use financial assistance to complete it. And another for those who may be exploring aviation for the first time. The flight training scholarships are for those who have a demonstrated interest and ability and willingness to achieve a private pilot license. The scholarships are for $5,000 in flight training. It says here that some are specifically for female or minority students who are historically underrepresented in aviation and other science and technical fields. I like that. This will help increase STEM participation among historically underrepresented groups in St. Petersburg. Starter flight scholarships will provide $1,000 in initial training to help the young people explore what flying is all about. They will include online ground school coursework for a private pilot written exam and a whole bunch more. If you want to go and apply, the applications need to be submitted by Friday, March the 17th. And you can go to love4awa.com. love4awa.com. So that's love4awa, like Albert Witter Airport.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. Like, I could go and apply for the scholarship. Right. Yeah. I know I can't, but I would love to, learn how to fly planes.
But you still can go out there. That was a part of the conversation that we were having, right? Was like, number one, for me, why does this matter, right? Because again, our community, the way that we perceive the airport is like, this is a landing place for rich people to kind of store their property. The hangars are already like, there's a waiting list for those. So at best, what we could do is maybe be like airplane mechanics and maybe work on them. I know they said like some black people out there that details the planes and those types of things. But it was just, again, the question for me was, how many black people over there flying planes? How many black people got people, I'm trying to figure out like our community's engagement with the airport. And that's when they were like, okay, well, we got something, that we're doing. And we want to start to let people know that these are things that are coming out of the airport. And the flight scholarships is one of the things that came out of that.
So I like it. I like it. So here we go. The flip side of the pancake. Is it, I'm glad that you did it, but now that you need our input, I'm just saying, because like Albert Woodard been there forever. And so it wasn't inclusive prior to, like, you really need our input to make sure that you keep what you want. So like,
Listen, what you said. St. Peter's changing.
Okay.
And with your words, St. Peter's changing.
I did say that.
So maybe this is a part of that change.
So I don't have to look at it.
Because we know historically, that's why I said, correct me if I was saying something wrong, because that was a part of the conversation. I'm like, man, when we ride by the airport, a lot of times we just ride by the airport.
Did you remember so the hangar, when Jeff started his first Fridays, it was at the hangar.
Okay.
And then they used to offer the helicopter rides.
Okay. See, I missed that whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
and that was in the 20 teens, right?
Yeah. It was.
It wasn't like growing up, and it wasn't like 90s and early 2000s. This was like 20 teens.
Right. It was. And then, whatever happened, he ended up at Nova.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It didn't stay at the hangar.
It did not stay at the hangar.
Yeah.
It was there. It was nice, and then it didn't stay at the hangar, and then it ended up at Nova, and it's been at Nova ever since.
See, that's all I remember. I do remember like a flyer or two from the hangar, but then I remember seeing a lot of the promo for First Friday down at Nova.
Right. So then I think about it, and I mean, whatever motivates your change is your motivation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the opportunity regardless.
Right.
I just like in my world, I wish it would have happened sooner.
Of course. And I'm with you. And like I said, that's the one of the beautiful things that's why when we talk about the why and me being in this position, it's like when we was in a position, like I never would have had a conversation with anybody from Albert Whitted if I wasn't in this position.
Right.
You know what I mean? But because I'm, Council Member Muhammad, and they coming around to different people, they want to, and so it was like an opportunity for me to be like, okay, well, what you gonna do for black people?
Yeah.
And they was like, okay, we got you, dog. We got scholarships for underrepresented people and I was like, okay, well, we need to know that, because I didn't know that. And so how can we get the word out about that? So that's where we at. Listen, y'all, if you didn't know, or if you do know, we want to remind you that you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. It's the new 99 Jams morning show. And as a community-owned public media resource, WUJM 99 Jams relies on the support of listeners like you to keep the shows that you love on the air, the doors open, the lights on, and to continue to put out quality programming in the Tampa Bay area. We like that you consider making a donation and helping us with this drive that we on. If you want to call in and make a pledge, you can do that as well. Or if you'd like to donate directly, you can go to www.99jamstheberg.com. Click on that donate button, y'all, and let them know that you support all the work that we're doing in the community as a community radio station. And when
you go and do the donation, make sure you put the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club
so
you're a part, because
tell them we sent you.
Yeah, tell them, because so we're like in a race. We're trying to see who can get the most money.
Yes, we are.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast
Nobody
Club,
else know it, just us though, right?
I don't know. Well,
no, it's a marathon. The marathon's a race.
It's a marathon, so you know what I mean.
We want these 2,000.
We want these 2,000. Last year, I think we did like 1,000. We
got to get with Mr. J to confirm.
I think that was our goal.
Yeah, that was the target, but we're doubling that this year.
So we doubled it this year. I think we have more listeners than we had last year.
Yes, we do.
I think the show is better than it was last year.
Yeah, because we better.
You just get better in time. And I'm thinking, so why not? Ask for more money this year.
Yeah,
because we're doing more things. We're pulling up on you.
Yeah, popping out on you.
Yeah, so if you have events, you want the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, or you want 99 Jams to come and represent, you let us know, because we can definitely take this show on the road.
Believe that. Believe that. And just speaking of that, and public radio, I saw, as a matter of fact, I think she came in on Pastor Sykes' show on Wednesday. What's at Stake? I think he does his show on Wednesdays, maybe the first and third Wednesday at like 5:30. Shout out to Pastor Sykes and everything that he's doing. Bethel Community Baptist, Bishop Sykes, as a matter of fact. And he had a Kile from Uhuru movement on, because they just had like they're having an issue with the county basically taking back some grant funding for their radio station that they gave. And so they gave some ARPA funds. They applied for the ARPA funds and got a grant from Pinellas County to support the radio station over there, Black Power 96. And one of the county commissioners basically threw a flag on the play and got the others to say that they wanted to revoke the the donation and take back the money that they donated to the Uhuru movement. Not the Uhuru movement. It's the nonprofit.
To the radio station.
Yeah, the African People's Education and Defense Fund, I think, is the nonprofit. And they basically took the grant back because of the politics of the organization. And what was interesting to me was how they began to change the rules. So they applied for the grant, got the grant, and I guess they were getting ready to start distributing the grants, and they said, park the brakes, changed the rules, and said that the grant can't be used for what they were using it for, even though they gave them the grant. You see what I'm saying?
Listen,
what that smell like?
Yeah. It's not smelling
it ain't passing the smell test. Yeah.
Because your hair hasn't changed what they stand for.
Nope. And they applied in a application process. They were given the award. They awarded the grant through that process, and then the county commissioner, who didn't like the politics of the organization, said, "We got to look at this."
And so this is
and
why
they voted to revoke.
This is why voting is so important.
Yep.
Because you have people again who does not have your community best interest in mind. And the thing is we all think different, right? We all want different things, and you should not want the only version or the only opinion put out is yours.
Right.
You know,
they call it the echo chamber.
Yeah, you cannot learn, you cannot grow that way if you do not have other people's perspectives about life.
Right.
Because a lot of times you're in your glass house and you don't realize somebody else's house is falling apart because you're enjoying what you're doing.
True.
And so people have to open your eyes, and the fact that you decided to take the grant away because you don't like a policy of an organization.
Yeah, just their politics. Yeah.
That's not your choice.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, they had already, like, when they filled out the application, before they approved it and gave them the funds, like, I'm sure they looked at the criteria before they made that award. You know what I mean? And it was I think it was like a $38,000 grant to the station.
They did the process.
Yeah, they went through the process.
And so you can't be mad that the process, if you didn't want them in that, you should have not awarded them that.
Right.
And at this point, it's like, you can't give me something and then take it back because you don't like.
Then you start changing the rules and say, okay, well, we can't use it for that. Like, we should use it. And the guy who did it is Jack Latvala. We need to bring Commissioner Flowers back on here too, because she can tell us some of the politics on how he even got in that seat. Like, I think they changed the rules and did some kind of, it was some real funny business that went on.
It's some bad
with how he got even an opportunity to do it. Christelis, thank you for tuning in. There goes Sierra.
Sierra, we have something for you to do, Sierra.
Look, she already done did her part. She done sent in the stars. She tagging her people. She on top of it.
Sierra, can you put the link for the donation in the chat for us, please?
Please and thank you.
Yes, and then we'll pin it after you do it.
We'll pin it to the chat. But yeah, so keep your eyes on that. I think there's a press conference that the Uhuru Movement will be doing at the radio station on Monday at noon, and they're going to talk more about what the experience has been and how, you know, they being tried by the county, this particular county commissioner, as it relates to their grant. But yeah, it was when we're talking about donating and contributing, this is why we need you to support community radio, because if we count on other people to do for us what we can do for ourselves, then these types of things happen.
We're in the mercy of their hands, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you know, and voices, we can agree to disagree, but one thing that we can agree on is that our voices need to be heard.
Yes.
You know, you may not agree with some of the messages, but that is their truth.
Yeah,
that's my truth. You know what I mean?
It's lived experience, it's perspective, it's all of those things.
All the above, and nobody should be silenced, especially when you're not speaking hate.
Right.
And you know, regardless of what you think or may or agree or disagree with the Uhuru movement, they are about the empowerment of Black people.
Always have been.
You know, and so the core of it, you know that, and right there, that's where it's, you know, stops at for me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And so, yeah, keep your eyes open, man, and pay attention. There's a lot of stuff going on in Tallahassee, too, that we need to pay attention to. The legislative session is in full swing right now, and there's some bills that's up there in Tallahassee that, again, we got to, like keep our eyes on. One of them is a housing bill, the Senate Bill 102, and we've been keeping our eyes on that because of a few things. It's like, you know how they do it. They mix the good with the bad, right? So it's a give and take in this bill. Mm-hmm. One of the things that a lot of progressive organizations have an issue with that's in the bill is the preemption for rent control. So it's basically going to prevent any local municipality from putting in caps on rent. Mm-hmm. But it's also the benefit of it is supposed to be adding, several millions of dollars to incentivize the building of affordable housing. Mm-hmm. So it's like a package, but we keep an eye on. We had a meeting yesterday about it.
I was listening to somebody. I know for sure that you're never going to be happy with 100% happy with any bill. Mm-hmm. And then I was listening to it and they was like, if you like 80% of it and 20% is not what you like, vote for it.
That's the struggle. That's part of the struggle. It's a real thing.
And then once you get that part in, then you work on that other 20% later on.
Yeah. The amendments. Yeah. Trying to amend and get it changed. I mean, we're dealing with that with our tennis bill of rights locally. So that was a motion that I made when I first got on. It was actually my first motion was to align the St. Petersburg tennis bill of rights with some of the language in the counties, because the county had a stronger version of it. So we did ours first, and then after we did ours, the county did theirs, and they learned lessons from ours and said, okay, well, we're going to make this thing a little bit stronger in ours. And so what the motion that I made was for us to take those strengths and those increased protections that are in the county's bills and align our tennis bill of rights with that. And so that's going to be coming back to council in the next few weeks. So we actually voted during our Housing, Land Use, and Transportation Committee to move it out of committee and bring it back to council. So y'all keep your eyes open. I'm probably going to need y'all to come out and speak on that too. Just, when we talk about what can be done and what needs to happen. Last thing, and then I'm gonna have to get out of here. I know we got the break. We got to take a break. And so before the break, one thing that I would like to ask that y'all do is take the District 7 survey if you haven't done so already. We still are gathering input. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your thoughts on what the priorities are, what they should be. And so you can go to bit.ly/D7 Speaks and you can take that survey. What we're going to do, y'all, is we're going to take a real quick break. We should be back about 7 minutes after the hour on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So y'all stick and stay. We'll be back.
Answers were woeful. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
In U.S. politics. On Tuesday, I was informed that my candidacy...
Agape Soul's Shoutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at AgapeSoulShoutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Shoutique today.
To come in, they've allowed 577 of our children to die.
All that and more coming up. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Ukraine's president has ruled out trading territory for peace as part of any negotiated settlement with Russian leader Vladimir Putin. President Volodymyr Zelensky made the remarks in an interview with the BBC.
Будь-які компроміси територіальні, вони будуть тільки...
Any territorial compromise would make us weaker as a state. It's not about compromise itself. Why would we be afraid of that? We have millions of compromises in life every day. The question is, with whom? With Putin? No, because there's no trust.
Ukraine's military says it shot down 16 of 36 Russian missiles fired at targets across Ukraine Thursday, including its largest oil refinery, which reportedly sustained damage. Meanwhile, Russia's intensified ground attacks along the front in southern and eastern Ukraine in a spring offensive launched just ahead of the first anniversary of Russia's invasion. The United Nations is appealing to donors for $1 billion to scale up relief operations in Turkey, where the death toll from this month's massive earthquakes has topped 38,000. Nearly 6,000 others have been confirmed dead in Syria, where the UN is appealing for an additional $400 million for humanitarian assistance. Meanwhile, there's growing alarm over plans by the World Food Programme to slash aid to hundreds of thousands of Rohingya refugees who fled ethnic cleansing and genocide in Burma. The UN agency says they'll be forced to cut rations to Rohingya living in camps in Bangladesh due to a severe funding shortfall. In a statement, the humanitarian group Save the Children said Rohingya children and their families are at breaking point and need no more support, not less. President Biden's made his first formal comments about the U.S. military's downing of 4 objects flying over North America earlier this month. Biden said the first shot down was a Chinese surveillance balloon that violated U.S. sovereignty, something he called unacceptable, but that the other 3 were not believed related to surveillance by a foreign power. Biden said Thursday he planned to speak with the Chinese President Xi Jinping about the surveillance balloon.
This episode underscores the importance of maintaining open lines of communication between our diplomats and our military professionals.
A possible source for one of the yet-to-be-identified objects is the Northern Illinois Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade. The hobbyist club believes one of its $12 inflatable balloons may have been shot down by a Lockheed Martin F-22 firing a $400,000 Sidewinder missile over Canada's Yukon Territory on February 11th. Israel's Knesset has passed a law allowing the government to revoke the citizenship or residency of Palestinians determined to have committed what Israel calls acts of terror. The new law exclusively targets Palestinians in Israel and occupied East Jerusalem, allowing them to be deported to the occupied West Bank and Gaza. Legal experts say such deportations would constitute an act of forcible transfer, which is a war crime. The United Nations Security Council is expected to vote next week on a Palestinian-backed resolution demanding an immediate halt to all Israeli settlement activities and condemning the annexation of illegal settlements and outposts. Diplomats told reporters the U.S. is seeking to replace the resolution with a weaker statement. In Washington, State Department spokesperson Vedant Patel declined to say if the U.S. would veto the resolution.
The introduction of this resolution is unhelpful in supporting the conditions necessary to advance negotiations for a two-state solution.
In Georgia, the special grand jury investigating attempts by President Trump and his allies to overturn the 2020 election determined at least one witness committed perjury during the testimony. That revelation came as part of a small 5-page excerpt of the grand jury report made public Thursday, though it's not clear who the panel believes should be charged with crimes other than perjury or which Georgia laws may have been violated. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis said last month decisions about whom to prosecute are imminent. The White House dismissed Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley's call for mental competency tests for politicians over the age of 75. Haley made the remark in Charleston, South Carolina, Wednesday during her first campaign rally since announcing her 2024 presidential bid. It's seen as an attack on both 80-year-old Biden and her primary challenger, 76-year-old Donald Trump. Nikki Haley also vowed to crack down on immigration and relegate, quote, communist China to the ash heap of history, unquote. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman is seeking inpatient treatment for clinical depression at Walter Reed Hospital, his office announced. Senate Democrats rallied around their colleague, with Majority Leader Chuck Schumer tweeting, "Happy to hear Senator Fetterman is getting the help he needs and deserves. Millions of Americans like John struggle with depression each day," unquote. The freshman senator from Pennsylvania has suffered a number of health challenges recently.
Oh, we are back. We are back. And we are back. This is Qiana. If you see, Brother John has left, and I have two other guests.
He has left the building.
Yes.
Elvis has left the building.
Who do I have in the building with me?
What's up? It's your girl, Chandra, Miss Urban Drinkery. What's popping? Good morning, y'all.
It's Shar, Nurse Shar. How y'all doing? Yeah, Brother John had to go do the people's work.
Yeah.
He did. So now we're gonna do the ladies' work.
Exactly.
Yes. It's a good day for it.
Because none of the other fellas came in. So
This is crazy because I thought about this. I was like, I bet it's just gonna be us in here.
And it is. I thought Brother John was still going to be here, but I definitely knew Qiana was going to be here.
I'm telling you, I just
Kiki
knew.
and Brother John.
I know. I just
the ride or die dependable.
I saw this in a vision for real. I saw this whole thing.
And so
you ain't seen no lottery numbers, did you?
Girl, no.
Please
See, that's the
share
thing.
the numbers.
I'm telling you, it's enough. It's enough. It's enough to go around. So.
Yes. So I want to talk about y'all really quick.
Right.
Because y'all got some good stuff. First of all, Urban Drakery is the spot to be. If you don't listen,
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. That's what I like saying.
And
If
I'm
you know,
gonna
you
say,
know.
if you don't know,
you
better know.
So I had this thing that like sometimes you sage yourself out like you're the bad energy.
Yeah.
Like if you don't love Urban Drakery, it's you.
You the drama.
Wrong,
You're the
wrong.
drama. It's
Some
you.
wrong.
It's you. It's you.
Yeah, you
definitely
sage yourself out.
wrong.
Yes, it's you.
It's a fun
spot
place.
to be.
I appreciate that people understand and enjoy it. And yeah, I'm happy about it.
It's like cheers.
Yeah.
Where
Everybody knows your name. I love
your
it. I love
name.
it. Listen, let me tell you how great Urban is, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Because like all in one spot. Like I literally learned how to play chess all my life. All my life.
We was playing last week.
I learned how to play chess at Urban. Like that's the kind of vibe it is, you mellow, great conversation. You have great artists that come through. Right. Just great musicians and poets and authors and community people, and you can learn how to play chess.
Right.
Okay, so
this talking
last Friday,
like this, I love it. Mm-hmm.
Me and Shar
played
chess.
We did.
I was partnered up with Jabbar, Mr. Edmond, who's supposed to be here this morning.
He said so too.
Listen, I called him. He said he on his way.
That was about
late nights, early
hours ago.
And then Antonio Brown was
my partner, my sage, my mentor for the chess game. We killed it.
And I hear he does that a lot. He's a good mentor, I heard.
Well, you know what? He's a great chess teacher because I could tell you, I've tried many a times to learn how to play that game. And literally within an hour, he had me like hopping and bopping and making moves like
you and doing your thing and actually seeing and doing it at the
listen,
same time. So
it was great.
It was good. Yeah.
He's a great teacher.
Yeah.
Shout out to Antonio.
Yeah.
I still need a little bit more training.
But just let you guys know, like you guys are always, when you're at Urban, you're walking around in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I thought about this and this is how I want it to be. Just place where great minds come and network with each other, feed off each other, and just, decompress from the world. You know what I mean? Because you're in another place when you're there.
It's such okay, so if I can explain it, I love it's the non-judgment zone, regardless. Right. You come there and you really just throw off your hat. You come as you are, like you could be as fancy as you want, you could be as bummy as you want, but everybody's still gonna treat you the same. When people come around the corner, you feel the welcomeness and the excitement. Like, hey!
It's usually it's like the Urban cheers.
Thanks for dropping through.
Right.
It's the Urban cheers.
You never get the point where why she here?
Right.
You don't have time for that. You having so much fun. You didn't even think about that.
Chilling. And then regardless if it's 2 people or 100 people there, you still feel inclusive.
Right.
So I love it at Urban Drinking. And then the drinks are bomb.
Yeah, you guys warm my heart.
Handcrafted. So I will say, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a plug.
Okay, go ahead.
Because not only are the drinks handcrafted, but they're named after her favorite people.
Right.
And I will say, I'm just gonna say this. So
She don't have a Qiana drink.
Not yet.
Or
Not
Taco
yet.
Bell.
Not yet.
They,
Not
they,
yet.
They do
not
manifest.
Yet.
You know what I'm saying?
But when it comes, so I'm gonna say for the current drinks on the Kiki, Kiki.
It's not a fast thing, so you know it's a lot of heart and thought put into a drink that is made.
But I'm gonna add some drama to the mix, right?
Lord, why? No good.
I'm gonna add some drama to the mix. So for all the people who've been named after these wonderful libations at Urban, I will say that the Shasha Coconuts is by far the most popular.
The Shasha Coconut.
The Shasha Coconut.
Yeah.
Is by far the most popular.
You love a coconut and pineapple, you would love that.
Yes, it's very island and you know, tropical and exotic.
They could capture her spirit perfect.
Yeah.
But what I do like is when you go to Urban, the first thing when you go there, you be like, what kind of spirits do you like?
Yes.
And then
I do.
It's kind of like you look at them once they tell you, you kind of like assess them really quick, and then you go make something and dance for them, and then you come out and they be like,
It's the garnish for me. It's like the whole presentation for me. It's like 5-star on a plate.
It might look like to you guys like it's just too much going on, but I love it when it's a crowd like that, so I can just boom, 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 knock them out real quick. I mean, I just love that rush of it all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you know, I love it.
So it's y'all anniversary too, right?
Yes.
Ooh, yes. 6
Like we sat back and thought about it. It's like holy crap.
Like literally 6 years, just like this collard green festival.
It
6
is.
years.
Yeah.
And so let me tell you an interesting story, right? So 6 years ago,
Let's tell.
Yes, story time, people.
Okay.
So 6 years ago, on the Beat St. Pete, a lot of you guys remember On the Beat St. Pete. On the Beat St. Pete was actually a show on 99 Jams at one point. We kind of made our way around the city, but 6 years ago, February 25th, was the first time On the Beat St. Pete actually took to the streets. And that's when, after many, many moons, I ran into Chandra on the Deuces. Shout out to Carla Bristol, who championed the Black Arts and Film Festival, which is coming back. That same year, we, started this On the Beat St. Pete podcast. We were on the radio, and the Collard Green Festival materialized, right? And so Boyzell and Samantha, shout out to Boyzell Hosley and Samantha Harris. They came as guests on our show, and they came with this idea like, we want to do Collard Green Festival. Collard greens is a staple to our community. We love it. We want to do it. We're like, okay, come talk about it on the show. And they came, and when they came, it was such a show because they came with the collard greens.
The pressure cooker pots.
Shout out to the sriracha collard greens. So Boyzell came with the sriracha collard greens.
So funny.
The cornbread. I mean, he had all the fixings.
Everything in there. We like,
yes.
Now the sriracha. How did
eat good.
The sriracha come?
It was bomb.
It was.
First of all, it was in a pressure cooker, so we were looking like,
Boyzell just sent me an old picture of us when we was eating the collard greens. I'm like, Lord.
So that was 6 years ago. So like now for us to be involved the way we are with the Collard Green Festival, it's almost like everything coming full circle,
Right. The DJs, just we're the music of the Collard Green Festival.
We're providing the production and sound.
To do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just wonderful, and it's a wonderful opportunities for our DJs, and we're just so excited about it. You know, just bringing that sound of Power Plug Radio to folks so they can really.
I remember,
download that app.
When the Collard Green Festival started, from because it was on the Deuces behind
with the Carter G.
Right.
Yeah. So they had like the main festivities, the cook off the first year behind the Carter G. And they had the streets blocked off.
Right.
But it's grown so much. So the first year was a great turnout for the inaugural. And now last year it was so many people there.
The vendors.
I can just imagine how.
And then this year is like they have
this year is bigger. Okay. So
we got a whole park. Now,
there's 3. So this is the exciting part about it, right? There's 3 DJ areas. So you're gonna get like,
why didn't y'all ask
throwback
me to DJ?
jam?
Why y'all didn't ask me to DJ?
I didn't know you DJ.
Look, she signed up yesterday.
I'm so confused. We DJing now. We need to talk. But we have like 3 areas. So there's the main stage. Shout out to the Deuces because the Deuces Pavilion Park is actually opening tomorrow. Grand opening, ribbon cutting at 11 o'clock a.m. So the mayor will be out there opening up this wonderful, beautiful new park. So we're gonna have a main stage.
No,
the benches
they're there.
Yeah.
Yesterday, they put them in and did their thing. I mean, it's beautiful.
So we were just talking about this earlier before y'all came in there, and like, I think we made enough noise about the benches that people heard.
Listen, shout out to Beatrice and Chandra, 2 of like my favorite members of the Deuces board, because when I tell you they stay on their necks to make sure that they do us right on the Deuces.
That's what we was just talking about. Beatrice at first was with no benches.
Well, the thing is that she was just saying she wanted to let the grass catch because they actually laid down that grass and they didn't want anybody walking past. So it wanted to do its thing to get all good and ready. So the benches are down. We got trash cans down. Mulch is in. Power's there. It really looks nice. I mean, they were working late night for that on that pavilion last night.
Okay, just like any great relationship. Kudos. When something good happened, we give them big ups. When something bad, we gotta address it and call it out so we can fix it. So we've been talking about these benches. Y'all fixed it. So I'm a happy camper.
Me too.
So thank you.
But I will say,
for listening to the people.
These things don't just materialize, right? So when you see things in your community, and that's why I love Brother John. If he was here, I'd give him a hug, because you need people like Brother John and Beatrice and Chandra to stay on the issues, to say, hey, no, this isn't right. We want our park to look like Straw Park or Vinoy Park, or we want to be treated in the same way that those other, but it doesn't happen. Unfortunately, people go off and for a lot of people, this is just a job. They come here, they do their job, and they'll go home.
Right.
But for the rest of us, this is our community. This is where we live in. So we have to really stay on, and we have those champions in the community that stay on the issue to make sure we got benches and to make sure that we have things that people need. But
I really appreciate the Deuces. I love the Deuces. That's where I got my entrepreneur legs at, and just I just love that area.
I mean, I want a piece of the Deuces. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Me too.
Because
you have to talk to somebody though.
Yeah, who?
You talk to Mr. Brayboy and his wife. They own half the Deuces.
I know. But you want part of the Deuces, because just from where it started from and then where it's at, it's going back to just like really pulling our community back together. Like, my family owned Snow Peak.
Really?
And so I spent a lot of time at the Deuces growing up as little kids. Like, my uncle, we used to have to go to the store, get all the food. We be in there while they're packing and stacking and doing all of getting ready to open up for that evening for Snow Peak. So me and my cousin Keisha spent a lot of time on the Deuces.
You feel good about it doing that.
We
You know
what
I'm saying?
For Snow Peak,
Got a song.
Snow Peak, Snow Peak, the place to be. Snow Peak, a bite to eat.
So I'm not originally from here, so I missed the Snow Peak era, but I definitely have heard a lot about it.
One time, and then then it was getting tore down and stuff like that. I got to experience one time.
I've never experienced it. I just heard a lot about it in memories from other people, but
Chicken Red, Auntie Diane, it was, what I mean? So a
lot of history.
And it's crazy because I think me and Reno was there that night too.
And so Snow Peak was on the side where
across from 22 South.
22 South, and where 22 South Green's Bakery was on that side and other small businesses.
Gotcha.
And then now Green Bakery is on 18th.
On 18th, yeah.
Right, but that's where the bakery is there for years.
Yeah, Green's Bakery is pretty good too, because they got a whole little bakery setup going on, everything from scratch.
They always have been.
Yeah, it's amazing. Shout out to Green Bakery.
So so it is Freestyle Friday. You are welcome to give us a call. Pensacola decided to show his face.
We got him out today, man.
And you know what's even funny? Why I didn't think Pensacola was coming in today?
Oh man, why is that?
Because usually Pensacola calls.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Pensacola call.
He calls in on Freestyle Friday.
So he calls in and he's like talking, giving his spiel.
Yeah.
And then he
And
hangs up
walking in.
and walk right in. Which
That's
I mean,
it.
like, if you're walking in, why didn't you just wait till
Because
you
he's
got
trying
to
to
the
make
mic?
an entrance.
Right, right,
Oh,
right.
man, what is this child you know? What's this child you know? And guess what, y'all? These are what we call the What's Going Down episodes of That's My Mama. They own me, y'all.
I cannot.
They own me, y'all. I can dig it.
I cannot.
So I'm gonna jump in with a Snow Peak conversation.
Oh, well, go ahead.
I heard my dog say she went from it, so she missed the Snow Peak train. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. There was nothing better than leaving a high school football game, right? And your squad, you know, they want to go to Checkers. They want to go to McDonald's right here.
Checkers like the
Checkers on First Avenue. They want to go to Checkers.
They want to go to Checkers.
They want to go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? At the football game. And I'm the only one in the car saying, "Take me to Stowe Pete." My boys back then, a lot of my homeboys back then was from cross town. So a lot of their movement was always over here. Didn't know a lot of stuff in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, my dog had to tap me on my shoulder the next Monday morning. Yeah, man, I ate that sausage the next day. You know what I'm saying? I had that sausage. But
next day sausage.
Oh man, see, you gotta know about. I'm letting you know about that sausage from Stowe Pete. You know what I'm saying?
Next day sausage.
I'm talking about something. Even a sausage sandwich from Stowe Pete was on point. You know what I mean? But Miss Diane, can I get me a bread sandwich with lettuce and tomatoes and ketchup, please? You know what I'm saying? I need ketchup on my fries. I don't want to get home and put ketchup on my fries. I need Miss Diane or Bobby. Can you please put some ketchup on my fries before I leave here? Because the ketchup on the fries from Stowe Peak was like the ketchup had time to get hot and all on your fries and stuff. It was different.
Did you say a lettuce sandwich?
No, I need my chicken breast sandwich with lettuce and tomatoes on it, Miss Diane, and ketchup and a little bit of mayonnaise, Miss Diane. Please, Miss Diane. I'm high tonight, so I need me a cheeseburger too. I'm eating a lot. So sometimes it's gonna be a Snow Peak cheeseburger.
I can't remember what I had when I was.
I'm gonna tell you what I had. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what I had.
Sound like you had.
I don't had it a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was the best. It was the best to be able to just have somewhere that we can go to our spots. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I did want a Snow Peak, which I might have a taste for a big red strawberry shake. That's gonna come with me a big double red cheeseburger, and I like Snow Peak fries a little better than little crinkle fries. But good God,
yeah, that was.
You know what I'm saying? And so those are our choices, right? Late night. So it was like, IHOP, what's that?
Right.
No, we didn't. So when
Denny's, what's that?
So okay.
So late night Denny's? No, it existed. No, we can go Snow Peak.
Snow Peak was definitely Snow Peak. Reds was places that you would go late. Now when we were
how many places you went?
If you didn't go to Snow Peak, we would meet up after the football games at a McDonald's.
Yeah, that's where we go at.
And the whole McDonald's was like Chunky Sunday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then everybody will meet, have fun, and then the police get called because everybody playing, and then everybody scatter. Oh, you see all the cars going
out of here. Yeah, you go.
It's the things that we did. Like
it was the days, man. It was fun times.
So much change because the last day of school we always went to
Adventure Island.
Adventure Island last day, baby. Big shouts out to one I told him, man. 2-for-1 Tony, man. He had all the bases back in the day, man. He had the hookup on the bases, man. Scott Turner too, man. Big shouts out to Scott, man. Always having the hookups, man. Big shouts out to all y'all who been doing y'all thing for a long time, man. We appreciate y'all. I'm surprised if King Scamp ain't had a basis back then for sale. Scamp had a lot of stuff for sale back then. You know what I'm saying? All legal. You know what I'm saying? My brother was doing his thing back then. Hey, man, but I'm here.
Scamp.
Big shouts out to King Scamp, man, and what he's doing for the work.
Scamp, listen, Scamp, if you're listening, this is your season, bro. Like, I feel like this is your season. You just every time I see you, you just gliding, man. And I love to see it. I love to see it.
Hey, man, but my sisters are here. And I'm now lending my voice to the conversation about the Collard Green Festival.
Yeah,
I enjoy the Collard Green Festival every year, y'all. Let me tell you why. Because this is a Collard Green Festival. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like a fried chicken festival. It's automatic. You'll go to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now let me tell you what I have noticed too, y'all. That this is you're not even no one's gonna be able to come out here and make them not have collard greens. I believe that. I don't think that all is going to show up at the same time to take all them greens away. So I'm saying that to say this. It's a lot of greens that y'all free. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of greens, man. Yeah. Every year.
They give away a bunch of greens, right?
Yes.
Everybody get a bunch.
They even give away, so you can grow them yourself. You can start them yourself. So they give you the whole
all kind of stuff, man. All kind of stuff, man. Make sure you come out there and support a lot of black vendors.
A lot of vendors, a lot of great vendors. Shout out to Designs by Zulu. Great friend of mine.
Yeah,
he'll be out there with his great African jewelry, handcrafted.
I'm here for that.
So I need an African outfit for tomorrow.
For tomorrow, Q?
Elijah Lee.
There you go.
Elijah Lee.
Hey, hit Carla Bristol up too.
I did.
Okay.
I did. Carla was the first person I asked like last week.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I need something green.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be like emerald green.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Emerald green go with gold. I'm just saying.
It does.
I'm just saying.
It does. It very much does.
In my mind, I look like this goddess walking in.
And how y'all say it, Queens? And is.
Oh, Sierra says she'll be out there vending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to
Sierra.
Shout out to Sierra.
Okay.
Shout out to the
Green
vendors.
Festival Saturday from 9 to 5.
Yep.
Like I said, we have different tents. You have the VIP networking tent. Got the collard green cook off.
DJ Super Dave.
With DJ Super Dave, collard green cook off with DJ R1. I think he's gonna be inside this year, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be inside the Carter G.
Inside.
So,
Okay.
And
They
then
had a little couple things in the last year, I believe, right? I'm just saying, I know it's growing though. Got a stage last year, big stage this year. It was a car show that last year.
We're gonna have one this year.
Ooh, car show.
No, not a car show.
Okay.
It's gonna be a concert. So the main stage is gonna be under the new Deuces Park Pavilion.
Okay.
And that's gonna be DJ Don Rock, DJ Donnie Love.
DJ Donnie Love.
Yes, and there is a band that's coming.
And don't forget Grand Groove Sound. Grand Groove Sound
is gonna be.
But Kalia will
be music. So Kalia will be performing. Yep. There's gonna be actually a parade. Did you know that?
No.
So tomorrow at 9, there's going to be a parade that's going to go from it's like a little small parade. So actually, if you feel like joining the parade, I think it's like open, right?
Yeah,
so
I like those parades.
It's like open.
I like the parade.
You can just like join in line, right?
It's like be a line dance with it too.
So
like a New Orleans type thing.
Yeah.
I like parades, and y'all, I know you're gonna.
Why does the mermaid like parades?
I like little homemade parades.
DIY parades.
Go drag.
Until recently, my family, we did one for Easter.
Oh,
okay.
So what we
did a DIY parade for Easter?
So like our neighbors
in your neighborhood.
Before COVID, pre-COVID, we doing a line up in neighborhood.
No, we do like our kids because we get the kids and then we walk around and then we had a banner. We crown somebody Mr. and Mrs. Easter.
I love that.
And so we walked around the neighborhood and people really look forward to our family.
Key, your childhood was probably lit.
Stop right there.
Key, your childhood was probably really lit.
I don't know if y'all are listeners to this show, but for those who are new listeners to this show, overstand this, right? I don't want you to understand this. I want you to overstand this. Qiana was raised in the incubator of love.
Yes, Qiana, your childhood was lit. Okay, lit. But so the parade is actually going to start from the Manhattan Casino, where it's kind of blocked off now.
Not anymore.
It's not.
It's open.
It's open now.
Wide
okay,
open.
so it's going to be from like down by the Manhattan. It's going to come up under the overpass and then to where the Carter G is. It's going to be led by Natasha, and a lot of you know her. She's like a personal trainer in the community.
Look, and know every line dance known to man.
She sure does. She sure does. I call her Miss YMCA because that's how I met her. Because I met her at the YMCA. I used to work out at the YMCA. No, not the song. The actual place.
My bad.
At the Y. She like.
Freestyle Friday.
So come out and join the parade. That's going to be at like 9 a.m. And then there's a ribbon cutting at 11. The mayor's going to be out there to cut the ribbon on the new beautiful pavilion.
So for y'all know who when y'all see Charlene in public, right, and she's talking to a queen, and the whole time the queen's listening to Charlene, she's sitting there doing this right here. You like, I think she's talking to Miss YMCA.
Yes, I do not do that.
I heard her on the radio talk about it, but I'm pretty sure this is her right here.
Shout out to Natasha.
So I'm excited.
She's a strong champion for fitness and health, and I really like her energy.
It's fun to meet her at the YMCA.
You can.
But I'm excited. This is gonna be dope. Like I love these parades. So yeah.
The DYI parades, y'all. Y'all stay tuned, man.
Okay.
But I also want to give a big shout out to Chandra, big shout out to Beatrice and the Deuces Live Corridor. Well said, and everyone who does the work over there because to watch them revitalize the Deuces and my grandmother. She had the conversation like a lot of people grandmother did, you know what I'm saying, in the city. And just talked about our generation and how we kind of just destroyed the city and what we really did to the Deuces and how it became just a horrible place to be at. Because the Deuces that they were at were, it was life. It was lifeline. They had the Manhattan Casino that was really thriving and popping. Yeah. And so to see Super Cat and them do the on Thursday nights, it was happy hours in the Deuces. You see Sean Soprano and the team there. Yeah. Them doing their things.
Sparks of things. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
And consistency works when nothing else does. You have to be consistent. When nobody else believes, when there's only two people, because you have events like that.
You still have to show up.
You still have to show up. You never know who those two people are and who they are connected to. And if you give them a good experience, people come for stuff because of experiences, because somebody else told them something. When you go to a concert, somebody else said Mary J. Blige did this. That makes you want to go. And then when you see it, you be like, oh, she did. And then you tell somebody else. And this is how it grows.
So we got to talk about, can we talk about concerts for a minute?
Okay, go. Because we got one coming up too. Go.
And I was like, one of my favorite things to do. So hurry what you call it.
We're gonna talk about a concert.
Ladies in the building right
we
now.
We gotta ask you a question. So we're gonna talk about concerts. So this week, everyone who pre-registered for Beyonce tickets, you got your email and your text message that said, okay, so myself and my wonderful friend right here, we pre-registered because we were like, you know what, we're going to see Renaissance and Club Renaissance and But then we looked at them Club Renaissance prices and we were like, wait a minute. And it's like, it's not like, so I've been to Raymond James Stadium, right? Everyone's been to Raymond James Stadium. Nobody goes to Raymond James Stadium to sit like near the floodlights at the top.
I'm about to say near the lights.
Nobody does that. But like those tickets were like almost $200.
How much?
Almost $200.
Oh, that's worth it right now.
To sit next to floodlights?
Hey man, listen.
At Raymond, this is Raymond James Stadium.
Knocking your head on them.
This is Raymond James Stadium.
It's like looking down on the floor.
No. But it's the walk up. So imagine the bathroom trip, the concession stand trip.
I'm up here with my liquid juice.
Tell you, so
I don't know that it's worth it. So
I don't know yet.
I don't know that it's worth it. I think I'm a bow out because listen, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Listen, let's keep it real. Bey just made 24 mil in Dubai. I'm not trying to pay for her new Bentley. I'm sorry. I want one. I'm not trying to pay for her new private jet. I'm sorry. I would like one. And not to say, I'm just like, it's just, it's a season right now that I'm just like,
well, let's say,
I would love to be. Okay, so we went to go see her in Orlando.
Pay it forward.
Okay, pause.
Pay what forward?
I had a cap.
Okay, so I have it. Pause. I couldn't say, we're going to manifest. We're all in media.
Oh yeah, I'm manifesting somebody gonna gift us some tickets. Oh yeah, that's happening.
Or,
that's happening. That's the only way I'm going.
Saying,
well,
hey,
I know
that's the only way I can go.
But you've already seen her before. That's why them 200 don't sound like I've been wanting to see her.
I seen her and her husband, and we had really good seats.
That's different. I get that. I get that.
So her and her husband, we had backstage passes, right?
Yeah.
And, look at this chicken dinner over here.
Okay.
You know, Kibi VIP. Let me tell you. Listen, Kibi in spaces that like
we hear about it after the fact.
Right. So what happened was,
did you get pictures?
No, what happened was you want me to say? So one is they lock everything down when they come through. So when they brung us through like the backstage and everything like that, we went through that. But when we left, we had to like rush out because Beyonce was coming. They like locked it down
like president.
That's like the president when they shut down the streets in Washington just for his motorcade.
They showed us a lot of love. It was Cheyenne's birthday.
That's
we
what's
went
up.
down to Miami. And then we had our backstage passes. We really did. So we had really great seats. We were like right in the center around the soundboard right there, and they just kind of VIP'd us right there.
So yeah, we relegated to manifesting that somebody gonna give us some tickets.
There it is.
Okay. Hey,
Hello.
caller.
Hey, caller.
Introduce yourself.
Hey, how you doing? It's the one and only Mr. Edmund.
Hey, Mr. Edmund. I have an empty seat next to me with your name on it, Mr. Edmund.
Hey, I just want to say so much energy in the studio this morning. Y'all woke me up. I felt y'all from miles away. Keep doing what you're doing, and maybe somebody will give you a Beyonce ticket.
Yes, we need a pair for me and my girl. We need a pair of Beyonce
we all
tickets.
Going, Breno. We all going, Breno.
And Q. But Q got the inside track. We're going to find out afterwards that she was backstage shaking booties with Beyonce.
That's her friend.
I don't worry about Q. I got a call, and next thing I know, I was backstage practicing with Beyonce.
No, I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of how like the stuff happens.
I know. Wait. Why you think we said that? We know. Kiki, do you love me?
He's gone. All right, Q. I got a question. I got the ladies in the building right now, so let's go into on the Freestyle Friday. Ask Q.
Okay.
Ask Q. All right, let's ask Q.
Okay.
You ready, Q?
I'm ready.
All right. So a person that you like, right? A person that you like has admitted to cheating in every serious relationship that they've been in, but they say they've changed.
Yeah, lies. Cap.
Is this a deal breaker or not? Please explain, Q.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. It's a possibility they have changed because they're telling you. Usually, people who look. Char, like whatever. I'm gonna say the person who you were 10 years ago, I hope you're not that same person moving forward. And then if you hold me to a standard that I was when I didn't know better, then shame on you. Because if I'm coming out there kind of telling you, hey, this was my flaws, but now I have changed, then I mean you gotta.
That's tough. I see what you're putting out.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Tell us if you can hear us again.
Give us some stars. And shoot a couple stars if you can hear us right now.
So,
man.
Key, I have a question though. In addition to this, because it's kind of like the same vein of
she
questioning,
saying, that you got to show that you've changed. I mean, what was the process of change?
Yeah, I like that.
So I like that, but like in any new relationship, somebody has to prove eventually who they are, right?
Yeah, you can't,
and when you come in there, like if this is new and you're saying, hey, you cheated on everybody else, so
that's tough.
That and then that's just like every guy that they say, oh, he slid in everybody DM, and then he ended up marrying somebody else, and he ended up being a good man, but then you didn't date him because everybody had something negative to say about him.
Yeah, when you do those kind of talks, Q, I want you to point to the man that's sitting over there. Don't point at me.
Oh, well, okay.
Point to the empty chair.
It's okay. We're just talking about future references. That's all. Just point to the
I do have
chair.
a question that's in the same vein.
Go.
Because I was having this conversation yesterday. In the same vein, if you met a guy that said, oh yeah, I've been married like 6 times.
Dun, dun, dun.
Like, how you feeling about that relationship? Like,
you do kind of think about it like, dang, what
I'm sorry, I'm becoming instantly like uninterested.
Instantly.
I had to look up like
6
what the
wives?
heck is going on?
Like,
what happened?
7 is a lucky number. 7 is,
nah, bro.
7 little chickadees. I'm on the
I
ranch.
heard that you have to kiss a few frogs, but dang.
7, 6, married?
I knew it was a few frogs.
And married at that. Not
married,
just
6
dating,
wives.
married.
So if I seen somebody
He
that
went through the
married
process.
A guy, you're
guy.
dating a guy, and he's like, you know what? I've been married 6 times.
I would then question his vetting process. And
that's
then,
it? Just the vetting process?
I'm going to start with the vetting process one. And then he seems like he's a serious monogamist that like anybody he hangs out with, he's like, yo, I'm going to give you a ring. And there's no real substitute. Right. And so the idea of being married is more important than actually the foundation of the marriage.
But 6 times, so it kind of makes me think you might be the problem.
That's why the idea of being married is more important than the foundation of the marriage. So you go in there just thinking like I'm supposed to be married and this is a good thing. But then as soon as times get rough and you're not getting exactly what you didn't get at the beginning, you bounce. Or you're showing somebody else something different. And now they bounce.
So does it matter as much why the relationships didn't work or the fact that it's been a lot and they didn't work?
That's a good question.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you got to ask a question like, what happened? What's the deal?
Well, so this is what I do know is that everybody brings out something different in other people. You're never the same version to anybody, right? And you two may be great friends together, but you may be a terrible friend to me. You know what I mean?
But I love you, Kiki.
I love you too.
Do you love me?
Yes.
Okay.
So, it's a lot of factors that comes in, and then and maybe because the scale in me, I want to give people chances and be like, people do change. There's something else. But
benefit of a doubt.
Right. But then the realist in me would be like, because your guard is still up. But that's just like returning citizens. When they come in, people look at them just because of their past and don't give them a chance because of the mistakes that they have. Not saying that they haven't changed. And so I want to think people change and end up being better people when they know better.
I want to think that, but I also want to be protective of being the point.
What works for him or something.
I never changed. They were roughing. That's what they said.
And some people don't, but you will start seeing. But if I met a guy,
change, you keep on.
If I met a guy that was married 6 times and like I was interested, I will probably slow that relationship down to like a snail,
to a halt.
You know what I mean?
Just
like
to see, like something's not right. Like maybe we can do some counseling or something.
Something ain't right.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever you were doing ain't working.
You were clearly the drama.
Continue, this cycle. So.
Right. And then also, people keep attracting the same type of people.
Facts.
Right. And so maybe let's say
then in between, you don't give yourself time
to realize that you're going through the cycle of getting the same type of person. You know what I mean? You're still the fault because you're picking that person, but you're picking the same type of person that's not aligned with how you want to have your life. And a lot of people don't have those hard conversations at the beginning of the relationship because you don't want to scare people off. But this is the foundation of something that you're trying to build forever. At this point, I don't want to just date just to be dating, you know?
Right.
And so if you're looking at the foundation, like, hey, how's your finances? Do you want kids? Do you want to, are you a 9-to-5er? Like, are you okay with this? Do you want to retire when you're 70? Like, what is your goals? Like, people don't really have these conversations at the beginning, and then you get locked into these relationships, realize that you don't like the person, but then you're now invested in some type of way. You can't pull out that easily, but you did not set the good foundation at the beginning, and now you're stuck, and now you bounce because everything is
it's not what you thought it would be.
Right.
But I want to be fair in this, so I'm gonna ask Reno, female. She's been married several times, 6 times.
You're causing anxiety right now, okay? I just want to triggering me right now.
But let's be fair, because I know we keep talking about the man, but let's be fair. How does a man feel about that from a man's perspective? How do you feel about meeting a woman that's been married?
So I think
a couple times too many.
Yeah, a couple times too many. So it's like 6 times, right?
6 times. Let's be fair.
Let's be fair.
We
4
said
times.
6 for the men, we're gonna say 6 for the woman.
So I don't eat meat anymore, right? So when I stopped eating meat, one of the things I did, I stopped eating fish. I just chose to stop eating fish too. So
this is going somewhere, I promise.
Yeah, when I thought about like a week into it, I was like, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't finna go fishing no more. Cause if I don't eat fish, I ain't finna go kill no fish, right? But I learned with women like that, it's like they like fish, right? And it's a lot of them out there. You just gotta make sure that when you catch that one like that right there, you just throw it back like a good fisherman. You throw it back in the water. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can get in trouble for bringing certain fish out of season. You know what I'm saying? You you get in trouble.
Unhealed fish.
And in life, that's what that
scarred fish.
Man, listen. So in life, that's what that lesson can give you.
To bounce back.
You know what I'm saying? The lesson in life can be the patrol people pulling up on your boat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying metaphorically speaking because life can throw you some obstacles that come with dealing with people like that.
What if she's super duper attractive?
But
banging, you still throwing her back?
A lot of women are. So that's what I'm saying about fish in the water, right? It's a lot of fish in the water, and what you don't have to do is act like this angel fish is the only fish that exists in that water.
So this is a different.
So don't be scared to throw them back.
It's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
That's true, but you just brought up something really interesting, Reno, because you said there's a lot of fish in the sea, and from a man's perspective, that may be true, but from a woman's perspective, that. Like, I feel like a woman would probably take a chance on a guy that's been married 6 times just because there's not as many fish in the sea versus a man that can throw one back and pick another one up.
I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I like the fisherman analogy because this is something that men
I liked
say
it too. At first, I didn't know where it was going when you said fish. I was like, okay.
So one of the things I did is study a lot of people. And one of the people I did study, I just happen to love her style, man. That's Rachel Maddow, man. Big shouts out to her and her achievements in life and how she's moving away from the spotlight in front of MSNBC TV show for so many years.
I like her podcast.
She sets a story up so
I like her podcast.
Decent, really decent. And I mean, like I said, I studied the style. I studied Obama style. I studied a lot of people's speaking styles. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna catch the fish, but one thing you gotta do sometimes, you gotta know to throw it back in the water, man. And because one thing I had to learn in life is like that might be what she do, right? So, and I'm saying throw it back in the water. I'm looking at like we just hung out tonight, and then me and old girl, we got it in, right? First time hanging out, we got it in, right? So like that's what she do. To me, that's what she do because I didn't superstar her or woo her to the point where she's finna let's have fun like that, right? So I'm gonna count her for that's what she do. I'm gonna throw it back in the water because she needs to go ahead and do that with other fish because that's what she do. But when I'm trying to keep that fish, now I'm trying to turn it into a housewife, and we've already been told don't do that. Those are things that we've been told.
So I'm gonna tell you.
I think that's a little prejudgmental.
No, not really. You said she's gonna be married 6 times.
No. What you were talking about is meeting somebody that you vibing with, and then they give up the good.
Example though. So that's an example of the person who I met the one night, and then we got it in. Like that's what she does. Don't wife that. So the person who's been married, hold on. The person who's been married 6 or 7 times, that's what she does. It's like I'm gonna validate me in her life in 2 years when she tattoos me, but she has 6 other guys on her. That's what she does. You see what I'm saying?
So would it have been better if she didn't marry them?
No, she don't even get into relationships. It's like she just gets married. So I'm not here to do that with you because that's what you do. You see what I'm saying? I'm not special in your life if I'm the 7th guy tattooed on you. That's what you do. You get with guys, you tattoo them on you. That's not nothing special to me then.
That's just, but I'm going to tell you, that's just like if you buy roses and you're in a new relationship and you just buy roses for everybody. Do I not appreciate that you like to buy roses?
No, that's different because we might go to a certain restaurant. No. Buying roses is something that women like. If there's women who like roses and he buy roses, there's nothing wrong with that. It might be yellow flowers. It might be all kind of stuff, right? We're saying buying flowers, that's an act, right? But that act of always cheating or that act of always get into this many relationships, there's a pattern, right? So if we're saying a pattern of giving gifts, that's not something bad, right? Not that we can't associate giving a gift with every female when every person you date, you want to give from them too. You see what I'm saying? That ain't bad. But me marrying 6 women, hands off. That's just my personal opinion.
I just think that people, and again, it's just scaling me. I think that people have the ability to change. Everybody don't,
the ability, yes.
And I will tell you, sometimes you miss out on great things because of the persona or what you think somebody is. You know what I mean? Or what the label say you put labels on people, and now you're looking at them in a different light when you didn't even get to know them. You know, because people were so many different layers, and I do still believe that you give everybody else a different version, and you may be that person that maybe made that person change, maybe not.
I just don't think I'm Neo like that, right? So when you've been married 6 times before, it's like I'm looking at 6 on your Wawa's coffee cup right now. It's pretty funny. But like when you've been married 6 times, like I'm just good.
And
you know what I'm saying?
You know what? But some people believe in love.
So let me just say this.
But you don't.
Let me say this.
You've done it 6 times. You don't believe in love. You
but
believe in marriage.
Okay, so let's take a step back, and maybe this is kind of lofty or whatever, but at the end of the day, especially as Black people, I think that a lot of us sort of operate under trauma responses. Like a lot of us live our life through coping mechanisms, right? Because there's unhealed trauma, there's things that we've battled. And so we operate through those trauma responses, we operate through those coping mechanisms, but we held people to standards of non-trauma, non-coping.
I agree.
And I feel like sometimes it creates conflict within us because we don't acknowledge the fact that we weren't raised the same. You know, we weren't raised, like when I was in college, we used to say that, white girls would come to get their MRS degree. You know, they came to find them a successful man to marry. That was the objective. That was the agenda. That's what you did. You left with a very successful husband. You know, Black women, we went in there to get a degree, to get a job so that we can help our family get out of poverty.
Right.
Very different perspective. But we're being judged by the same standards so that when you're 30 and you're not married, or you're 30 and you're focused on your career, something's wrong with you. Or if you've have daddy issues and you seeking love from guys, and that's your coping mechanism. So that woman that's been married 6 times, she might really be looking for love, and she's operating out of a trauma response, but we're holding her to standards that are not standard to us.
Peggy Bundy, man, it's love and there's marriage, right? She ain't looking for love, she's looking for marriage, baby.
Wait, so Qiana Rucker said maybe it may be religious. You know, you can't have sex till you get married. So you know what I mean? So it may be a belief system. All right, so you know what? This is the end of the show.
Because it sounds good, but like,
some people.
But facts. That's facts. That's facts.
Hold on, there's 4 of us present right here, and we all got 40 years on our odometer, right? Like, do we know 4 people that did that? I don't know one.
Let me tell you. So I'm gonna tell a quick story.
Like AC
so
Green or something.
I've been married twice, and in my first marriage, my mama told me you don't know somebody until you live with them. So me and my boyfriend at the time, we were going to move in together, right? And his side of the family, his paternal grandmother's side of the family, they were really religious. They were Jehovah's Witnesses. And it was like, well, it ain't too late to go down to the courthouse. You shouldn't be shacking up with people. Like, that's like this thing, like you shouldn't shack up with people. But like, so this is the conflict, because my mama said, you don't know somebody until you live with them. So do that first before you decide that you want to commit to marriage, versus the other side was like, I don't care that you don't really know them, but you got to marry them before you live with them.
Right.
So, there's a lot of that battle.
It is. I mean, again,
my mama was right though. Shout out to mom.
Shout out to moms.
But you got to say, you got to give people graces because how they was raised. Just because you were raised one way, nobody else, and you're blended.
How many graces you give?
Let me tell you. So you want me to tell you?
Yeah, is it more than 6?
No, you want me to tell you? It's your grace to give. So you determine who you're going to give your grace to. And like I may not give you any grace, but then I may give him a whole lot of grace. It's mine to give. So you don't tell me.
Amen.
You
Kiki.
know who to give and what to do, because it's my world. I don't have to be consistent on my punishment or because I give it. I'm the judge and the jury right there in my world.
I agree.
So that's it. So I'm gonna say this before I leave, because today is my brother's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, bodyguard.
Not email. It's Corey's birthday.
King Corey. Happy birthday, Corey.
I did not choose him today. I don't like choosing people on their birthday.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm glad I ain't do it, Q.
So yes,
happy birthday, Corey.
Birthday.
All right. Yes. Man, big shouts out to my brother, man. I love you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just first of all start off by saying that right there. First and foremost, man. Honored to be alongside you doing what we're doing in the community, man. I love what you're doing, right? Because my brother's always doing something, man. Understand this. He's not gonna sit here and just chill. That's not his style. You know what I'm saying? He gonna build something, and he gonna make sure and see it through. So if you have not joined, I welcome you to join my brother's world. That is King's Corey World, y'all.
Yes.
Tune in, be a part of it, support my brother any way you can. I love to support him. You know what I'm saying? So we are drinkless out here, and I love what the journey that you're doing right now, man. Once again, man, from 8 King myself, I say, hey, man, salute to my brother, man.
Yeah, shout out to Corey and that discipline, man.
That's my final thought, man. I love my dude, man. Happy birthday, man. I'll probably see you later on somewhere, man. That's what it is.
Right.
Final thought.
My final thought is, man, just be easy, everybody. I don't know if it's a full moon out there or what. Just be easy this weekend.
Yeah, that's why I say always give yourself grace.
Yeah.
That's my final thought.
So I'm gonna say I think we have the link up there where you can go ahead and donate.
Yes.
Please donate. We're doing the marathon. We had a couple of people, like I know we had like $300 that came in.
Nice.
On Wednesday. Right. People was matching the $100. Nothing's too little, nothing's too big. So please donate. We have this whole month for the marathon. Be the change you want to be.
Yes.
Write down those 5 things that make you giggle, smile, melt your heart, whatever it is that gave you a good feeling. Write 5 of those things down and appreciate life. And that is it. This has been Qiana.
This has been Chandra.
This is Nershar.
Look at our guests in the building, man. It's your brother Reno Moore, man. Peace the ancient way, y'all.
And